So I was pretty sick, like, really recently, and I wanted to revisit something that I hadn't revisited in a while, and that was just Star Wars in general, specifically the sequel trilogy. I don't know, it was just something in the air, and now it's got me building a Millennium Falcon, which is something I've always wanted to do for like 10 years now, and I'm finally getting to do it. Like this set in particular too, which is pretty hype. But yeah, there were a few things that I realized when I was rewatching The Last Jedi specifically. I think I was just realizing that, wow, I actually do really love this film. It made me realize how much of a generational thing Star Wars is. You know, people who grew up with the original trilogy, they're gonna hate the prequels. People who grew up with the prequels, they're gonna hate the sequel trilogy. It's just a thing that is dependent on when you were born and how you interpreted the series as a whole. I mean, Star Wars is probably like the most divisive franchise of all time. I think my final take on Star Wars now is just you just gotta jump in and enjoy what you enjoy from the franchise. Another realization now about Star Wars that I think has come to light is it's kind of been Marvelized. Like, you have to watch Rebels to understand Ahsoka. I feel like it alienates a lot of fans who just want to like watch a fun space adventure, and that's definitely why I haven't been able to watch Kenobi and Ahsoka. Besides the cinematography, I just don't like how those shows look. At this point, you can just watch what you want from the franchise and be okay with it. Because I don't think Star Wars should be compared to superhero movies. Star Wars used to be this thing, like this event, and now it's just kind of been monopolized, which sucks. You know, I'm kind of glad that I was able to revisit The Last Jedi because I love that movie. Like, I realize how much I love that movie. Because I didn't grow up with the original trilogy, I think Luke's character arc was like this really necessary thing. Because if he was just the same guy from like 30 years ago, probably would have found it boring. And I don't want to treat him as like this god character from my childhood. He's just a dude, and I know Luke's not a murderer. He literally says in the movie that it was a fleeting moment. Like, he literally was not gonna do that. I don't know if this looks right. I think I've gone down the rabbit hole of like why Lego Star Wars is such a beloved sub-franchise. You get to build moments from your favorite movies, and Star Wars isn't even my favorite thing like ever. It was just a franchise that popped up for me. Loved it for a while, kind of like Harry Potter, and faded away, but then now it's kind of back and I'm nostalgic for it. I've always wanted to build a Millennium Falcon, and now I'm doing it, which is cool. Yeah, I still think about how Finn could have been like the greatest Star Wars character ever. I still think he should have been like on the same level as Rey in terms of importance in the sequel trilogy. Like, Stormtrooper turned Jedi would have been incredible. It's just kind of frustrating how much I can't talk while building Lego. Actually, no, I can. I can lock in. I can do this. Back to the Kenobi thing. I love Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, I love him as a character. I love how he's portrayed in the original and sequel trilogy. But whenever I see a trailer for Kenobi, I'm turned off by how that show looks. It just looks so bland. Looks like how Captain America Civil War looked. I think Star Wars just needs to start introducing new characters, new planets, new environments even. Oh my god, I built something wrong again. Oh my god, we're almost done with this mandible. And then I could finally put the cockpit. I don't know about you guys, but I think The Last Jedi was on something. Just trying to move forward, and I think that's what this franchise needs to do as well. Which is why I'm also excited for the Starfighters movie with Ryan Gosling. I think that looks exciting. The guy who owned this set had this sealed for like 10 years, which is crazy to me. And you could see some of the pieces molding, but I kind of like that because the Millennium Falcon is like this really old dinky ship. And I think there's like this beigey part on this gray piece. Kind of adds to it, no lie. I'm also going to try and modify this as you should with Lego. I want to take a creative risk. Disney. Yeah. That's the Millennium Falcon. Look at that. That's so sick. Stay hydrated. Don't be sick like me.